It is 3 in the morning, and you are staring at the ceiling in the dark. Your mind is trapped in a loop, replaying every possible disaster that could ever happen. You imagine conversations going wrong, unpaid bills piling up, and sudden, devastating phone calls. The fear of one single email ending everything consumes your thoughts as you lie awake. You did not choose this anxiety, yet it started on its own and will not stop. Here is the secret that no one ever tells you about these late-night spiraling thoughts. 2,000 years ago, the wisest people in history did this exact thing on purpose. They imagined the worst scenarios, but they did so with intention rather than with blind dread. Where your version brings panic, their practice brought a deep and truly unshakable inner peace. The Stoics had a specific name for this powerful exercise of the mind and spirit. The difference between your midnight suffering and their daylight practice is everything you need to know. By choosing your thoughts, you can finally reclaim your calm and master your own mind. The Stoics practiced a technique called Premeditatio Malorum, or the premeditation of evils. It is the deliberate practice of imagining the things you fear most in advance. This is not pessimism, nor is it a way to expect the worst. It is a disciplined skill practiced by great philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. These thinkers were among the most composed and resilient minds in human history. They understood a truth that many of us have unfortunately forgotten today. Most of our suffering does not actually come from the events themselves. It comes from being ambushed by them, unprepared for the challenges we face. The shock of the unknown often causes the deepest pain in our lives. So, the Stoics looked at their fears on purpose, with calm and steady eyes. By facing these possibilities, they stripped away the power of fear to destroy them. Through this practice, they found true peace, standing unshaken against the tides of life. Modern life demands we only think positive and picture constant success to keep our spirits high. We are told to avoid speaking of failure, fearing that our words might summon it. Yet, the Stoics discovered a deep flaw in this relentless pursuit of forced optimism. When you refuse to imagine loss, you do not actually escape the fear of it. Instead, you leave that fear lurking in the dark, where it grows larger and waits. Fear thrives on the unknown, much like a monster hiding beneath a dark bed. The Stoic chooses to be brave by turning toward the fear in full daylight. By examining the dread, they find the feared thing is smaller than they imagined. You look directly at what you were running from, facing the reality of the situation. In that moment, you realize that you could survive this and you could bear it. The heavy weight of anxiety begins to fade as you acknowledge your own inner strength. Once you know you can endure, the fear finally loosens its grip on your soul. Seneca wrote about the nature of hardship with profound clarity in his letters to his friend Lucilius. He observed that the blows which land the hardest are the ones we never see coming. The unexpected carries a heavy double weight for the human soul. There is the pain of the event itself and the shock of being completely unprepared. Seneca taught that the wise person must rehearse potential hardships in advance. He urged us to contemplate poverty, loss, exile, and even the end of life. This is not done to live in gloom or constant sorrow. Instead, it is to ensure that when misfortune arrives, it is not a total surprise. It becomes a visitor you have met before, rather than a stranger breaking down the door. By visualizing these challenges, we strip them of their terrifying power. Seneca believed that we disarm the future by meeting it in our minds first. When we prepare our hearts, we are no longer victims of sudden circumstance. The practice of premeditation turns a sudden tragedy into a familiar occurrence. It allows us to maintain our composure when the world shifts beneath our feet. We learn to stand firm against the inevitable tides of fate. Such wisdom does not make us cold, but rather deeply resilient. We become architects of our own internal peace in a chaotic world. Every trial we imagine is a lesson learned before the test begins. This mental discipline is the foundation of true emotional freedom. We stop fearing the shadows because we have already walked through them. The future loses its ability to ambush our peace of mind. We walk forward with a quiet strength that nothing can easily shake. Seneca's ancient advice remains a beacon for those seeking true stability. By anticipating the storm, we find the calm that resides within us all. You might think constant worry is the same as preparation. It is not. Anxiety is an open loop. It circles fear endlessly without ever landing. It asks, "What if?" and never answers. It has no floor. Anxiety is just the falling. That is why it exhausts you completely. Premeditation is a closed loop. It is deliberate and it is bounded. You choose the fear. You walk all the way into it. You ask not just, "What if it happens?" but, "And then what?" You ask yourself, "What would I actually do?" You follow the thought until you reach the ground beneath it. There, you see that even here, you would find a way. Anxiety drowns you because it never lets you reach the bottom. Premeditation saves you by proving you are larger than your fear. Marcus Aurelius, Rome's emperor, began every morning with a quiet, disciplined ritual of the mind. In his private journal, he wrote down his thoughts to prepare for the coming day. He reminded himself that he would surely encounter difficult people before the sun set. He anticipated the ungrateful, the arrogant, and the dishonest souls who would test his patience. He did not do this to become bitter or cynical toward his fellow human beings. Instead, he prepared his heart so that their actions would never catch him off guard. By meeting them in his mind first, their behavior could no longer surprise him. Because he expected their flaws, he remained in control of his own calm spirit. He walked into each day having already made peace with its most difficult version. This simple mental practice was his secret shield against the chaos of the empire. It is why so little could shake the most powerful man in the ancient world. True strength, he learned, comes from mastering one's own reaction to the world's challenges. Epictetus, a philosopher born into slavery, understood a profound truth about the nature of our love. He taught that when you kiss your child goodnight, you should quietly remind yourself they are mortal. It sounds unbearably morbid to consider that nothing you love is guaranteed to remain forever. Yet, this perspective is the exact opposite of sadness. It is a key to true joy. We often stop seeing the people we love because we assume they will always be there. The ordinary evening becomes invisible to us because we take the presence of others for granted. We fail to cherish our time together precisely because we refuse to imagine its eventual absence. But when you hold the truth that this moment will not last, the moment comes alive. Suddenly, a simple dinner becomes precious, and an ordinary conversation feels like a rare gift. Premeditation of loss is not the enemy of gratitude. It is the very source of it. By acknowledging the fragility of life, we stop sleepwalking through our most meaningful human connections. Embrace the fleeting nature of time, and you will find beauty in every single passing second. Choose a quiet moment when you are calm to face your inner fears. Pick one specific fear you have been refusing to look at directly. Instead of pushing it away, bravely choose to walk toward it today. Ask yourself plainly, if this actually happened, what would follow next? Keep asking what happens after that, following the path down deep. Go past the first wave of panic to the practical ground beneath. You will find the same truth waiting there in the silence. You would grieve, you would struggle, and then you would slowly adapt. You would find a way to carry on despite the heavy weight. The worst is survivable in a way that dread never let you see. Gently return to the present moment, for that is the true discipline. Visit the fear, learn from it, then let it go and live. When you make this a habit, 3 things quietly change in your life. You become harder to ambush by the unexpected turns of the world. Fewer things arrive as a shock because you have already met them. You have already faced these challenges in the safety of your own mind. Life stops catching you off guard when you are mentally prepared. You become more grateful for the simple blessings you possess each day. When you stop assuming everything will last forever, you finally start to see. You cherish what you have while you still have it in your hands. You become braver because you have faced the worst version of a thing. Knowing you could endure it, you are finally free to act with purpose. The fear that was quietly running your life loses its authority over you. This is the peace of a mind that knows it will not wash away. When your mind drifts toward the worst, remember that you were never really afraid of the dark. You were simply afraid of not looking at it. The Stoics chose to turn on the light. They looked directly at the things we spend our lives avoiding. On the other side of that honesty, they found something truly rare. They discovered a calm that no misfortune could ever take away. They had already made their peace with the unknown. You can do the same, not by hoping nothing goes wrong. Instead, know that whatever comes, you have already met it in your mind. You are still standing, strong and resilient. If this gave you a quieter place to think, stay on this path. We clear the noise one idea at a time. See you in the next one.